I need you to imagine being 10 years old, home alone, watching TV late at night, and hearing something tapping from the other side of the room. Not on a wall, not on a window, but from inside a drum set. And the worst part, whatever was making that sound started tapping back. This is easily the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. I was sitting in the living room alone that night when I first heard it. Tap, tap, tap. At first I ignored it. I thought it was the heater, or maybe branches hitting the house. But it kept happening, so I muted the TV and listened closely. That's when I realized the sound was coming from my mom's drum set sitting in the corner of the room. I just stared at it, waiting. Then, tap. One of the drums moved slightly. Not the whole set, just the top of one drum, like something underneath it had hit it from the inside. I slowly walked over thinking maybe a mouse had gotten trapped inside. But when I looked, there was nothing, no animal, no explanation. And then right in front of me, tap. The drum hit again, harder this time. My stomach instantly dropped. Every part of me knew something wasn't right. But at the same time, I was curious, so I lightly tapped the drum back. The second I did, something hit it back, immediately, like it was answering me. I froze. I remember staring at the drum, trying to convince myself there had to be a logical explanation. Then I hit it again, and again. It answered, every single time, back and forth, like I was communicating with something I couldn't see. And the longer it went on, the more the room started feeling wrong. Heavy. That's the only way I can describe it. You know that feeling when you suddenly realize you're not alone. That's exactly what it felt like. I wanted to stop, but I couldn't, so I hit the drum one last time. And this time, nothing answered back. The room went completely silent. I waited a few seconds, then tapped it again. Still nothing, and then suddenly, I heard something sprinting down the hallway straight toward me. Not footsteps walking, not creaking floors. I mean full speed running, directly at me. I didn't even look. I dropped to the floor and covered my head. I genuinely thought something was about to grab me. Then, silence. Complete silence. After a few seconds, I slowly looked up. Nothing was there. But I swear to this day, I could feel something staring at me. I was sweating so badly I could feel every drop running down my back. Then, silence. Complete silence. After a few seconds, I slowly looked up. Nothing was there. But I swear to this day, I could feel something staring at me. I was sweating so badly I could feel every drop running down my back. I grabbed the phone and called my grandpa, completely panicking, begging him to come get me. And even after all these years, I never forgot what happened that night. But the story doesn't end there. About 20 years later, my uncle called me out of nowhere, and he sounded terrified. He told me he had a horrible dream about our old house in Rabbit Ridge. In the dream, he heard my grandma screaming from inside the house. He ran inside, and she told him there was something in the back room. So he walked down the hallway, slowly, toward the room. When he stepped inside, he saw a man sitting on the bed, just staring at him, smiling, but not a normal smile. An inhuman smile, way too wide, way too stretched. My uncle asked him, "Who are you?" The man smiled, then said, "Don't you remember me?" My uncle said no. And then the thing smiled even wider. It looked directly at him and said, "I'm the man that was messing with your nephew all those years ago on the drum set." My uncle said his heart instantly dropped, and before he could react, the thing jumped out the window. When my uncle told me that story, I got chills all over my body. Because somehow, after 20 years, whatever was in that house still remembered me. If this story gave you chills, wait until you hear the next one. Do you think it was a spirit, a demon, or just a nightmare that somehow crossed into reality? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy true horror stories from Reddit, subscribe and turn on notifications, because the scariest stories are the ones that actually happened.